Hey guys, so I decided to do a video for this field work, honestly just because it's a lot easier and I feel like I could maybe express a little bit more by talking it out rather than just writing in words. Not the best writer, so just thought this would be better. So for this field work, I went to a Jewish temple in Pasadena, along with a couple of my other cohort members. Um, yeah, on a Friday evening for a Shabbat service. It was a very interesting experience. I've never experienced any Jewish service. Neither have I gone to ever a Jewish temple, and so it was my first time experiencing kind of the Jewish culture and religion. So that was it was a really cool experience for me personally, and just learning more about what this culture looks like and what this religion looks like. So some of the few things that really stuck out to me in this experience was first going to the actual Jewish temple. I felt myself being very nervous about it. I guess not really nervous in the sense that like whether they're gonna like me or not, but I actually like it was kind of the opposite. It was very weird for me. Like I almost felt like I was worried that they would think that we're intruding or I don't want to say invading, but it's just kind of knowing that we're here as students, not because we want to be a part, believe in the Jewish religion, but it was just because of a class. I think something about that made me feel like, is this respectful in a sense, which was kind of interesting for me. But other than that, I think the people there were so welcoming, super communal, super family oriented is something that I noticed a lot. The moment we walk in, I just remember people opening doors for us, and there was actually one lady in particular that like totally called us out, noticing that we were new, saying, "Hey, where are you guys from? You guys are definitely not, regular attenders." So, like, asked us a little bit about why does we decide to come out and or how we decided to come out and whatnot. So I thought that was really cool for her to notice. I also noticed that me and one of my cohort members were like two of the only Asians in the entire room. I couldn't help but to recognize the race aspect just because, I mean, it made sense that the woman even pointed us out because if they don't see a lot of Asians coming into this particular Jewish service, for us to come definitely would make us stick out. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I was constantly aware of that throughout the service. Just kind of wondering what people thought about us, maybe me in particular, for the fact that I am Asian. I don't know what that meant for them, but that was kind of interesting that I was very aware of for myself. Another thing, and just to add on to the thing that I noticed about them being so communal, I also noticed like this very routine aspect of the Shabbat service. Like there was no instructions or like an introduction. Like I think some things that in churches maybe we attend, it's very like structure. I mean, I guess it is structured no matter what, but it's just like there's like an opening and a closing. Like it's like to make it flow, and for people who don't usually go to church, they're able to like understand what's going on. But this was very different from that. Like almost everyone who attended are like the only ones who attend. It kind of felt like that. It was like a family service. Like it's their family, the same group of people who seem to come all the time, and they know exactly what to do. They go in, pick up their hymn book, sit down. They greet all the people around them because they know each other so well. It's almost like seeing family members and relatives. The age range was literally from like kids all the way to like seniors. I remember were celebrating someone's, I think it was like, I want to say like 60th or maybe even 80th anniversary, and it was kind of crazy. But the fact that they're so close to one another that they would celebrate those kind of occasions just felt like that was their family. Like, probably the same as having that many cousins. Like, it was very interesting to see for me in particular. Um, yeah, and I think because those aspects stuck out to me the most, um, that's the things that I think I kept thinking about in terms of what we've been talking about in class. About, I know in lecture, Professor Rivera was talking about how religion is something along the lines of the religion is like a culture in a sense. Like, you can't just change one aspect and like expect it all to change. It's very rooted, and that's what it felt like during this Jewish temple service or this Shabbat service, is super rooted. Like, everyone, like, there's people who didn't even need the book to sing the songs most of the time. They knew exactly, or either that or they knew exactly what page to go to find the songs that they were singing. Everything was so routine. They knew exactly what was expected. And it just felt like the children and the like parents and grandparents, all there, like, they were simply just passing down this belief or this routine or thing or religion, Jewish traditions that they do, just passing it down to the next generations. And so I think when thinking about that, and as we talk about mission and how we want to see gospel being shared amongst people who don't know Christ, this was a very interesting kind of aspect of, how are you able to, especially someone like me who's, for one, a different race, comes from a complete different culture. How would I walk into something like this, expecting them to even hear me out in the things that I believe in? It was just very interesting to me, and realizing how complex this really is. But as we read the book, or read those couple chapters on from Muck and Adony, and talking about metaphors and how certain types of metaphors being used to share the gospel can be a connection point. I mean, that's kind of what I got out of the book, a connection point to other cultures and how they receive it. And even particularly thinking about this gift-giving metaphor of having the gift being that gospel, is a very interesting kind of thought, that I just was able to think about, I think, this past week, ever since that service that we attended. But other than that, those are kind of most of my thoughts. I'm still kind of thinking through a lot of the things that we're learning right now in class, the cultural aspect, learning how different cultures, different religions can really do find connecting points. And I think having the hope in the fact that the gospel, this mission of God, this gift that God has given for us, is something that does transcend culture. It transcends religion, like differences in people, and where we can find that commonality, if that makes sense. And so I think I really found a lot of encouragement in that this week. Yeah, so that's it.